planet, Mr. Field needs the combined powers of his 5 planeteers to help him on his big day. As fire, Chris Thatcher. Power, dangerous, and with a flaming temperament, as anyone on Stag Do can attest. As water, Martin Davis. Fluid, adaptable yet forceful, and as anyone who's seen him drink will know, able to fill any container with liquid. Andy Beans has to be earth. Grounded, solid, dependable, and regularly soiling clothes. For wind, Chris Rice. No more than 3 seconds. And finally, heart. Justin Hussey. Essentially useless. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the best men, or as he puts it, Chris Rice and the Ushers.
Okay, may have said a few things that we're about to say, but hell, I'm going to go for it anyway. It's most of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Justin, and I am the best man. Now, if I'm the best man, who are these other handsome fellows standing beside me? Well, they're also best men. That's right, there's 5 of us. Dave chose 5 best men. A little bit excessive, isn't it? Well, we stand here today, not only as Dave's friends and groomsmen, but most notably as testament to Dave's inability to make a firm decision.
With 5 of us, you're probably assuming that this is going to be excellent. Because the theory would be that 5 heads are better than 1. Looking at the shambles of lazy, unorganised alcoholics who stand here now, I question this theory. At the same time, I think it proves another. The theory that a man's character can be judged by the average of those of his 5 closest friends. When Dave asked 5 of us to do a speech, we worked on the theory that, well, he was working on the theory that if you gave enough monkeys enough typewriters, we might see some change.
So you'll be happy to know that we're trying to keep this short. A bit like my friend Justin here. Seeing as Dave prepares the sound of his own voice, we thought those of you still awake might appreciate the speedy conclusion. Now, it's supposed to be our job to give a little bit of further insight into the man that Katherine is marrying today. As Dave doesn't trust any of us, and quite rightly so, he's prepared a short statement for us to read out on his behalf, which I think Jamie's going to kindly pass over to us now. Thank you, Jamie. I only say no,
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you for this assignment, it's so useful. So here we go. David Benjamin Field is warm-hearted and caring and everything. There is nothing he wouldn't do for you. He is confident, outgoing, and relates to people from all walks of life. His motto is always good, 110%. He is a born leader and a trendsetter, witty and intelligent, stylish and cutting edge, a role model no less. Some might say he could be the next David Beckham. Men want to be him, women want to be with him.
So we felt that a slightly more objective view was needed to showcase the man that we know. Dave is stubborn. He's also a little rude, mostly to restaurant staff, but we'll get to that later. He's balding, tad overweight, and often walks like Liam Gallagher after a corny. However, these afflictions have not held him back. Over the years, he's managed to shape and dress himself with moderate success. What's most notable about Dave is that his character can be defined by 5 distinct personality traits. So in honour of how well he pulled off a Jerry Halliwell gig with, on his Stag Do, we're going to call them the Spice Days.
Okay, so first up, we have Sporty Dave. And I'll tell you now, this is about where the tenuous Spice Girls connection ends, because Posh Dave is going to be a bit of a stretch. Now, Dave is quite a competent squash player, as Justin over here will attest. However, this is pretty much where his sporting prowess ends. You see, Dave talks a good game. In fact, armchair pundits around the world would be proud to call him their king. When push comes to shove, there's really not a lot to back it up. I mean, take, for example, Dave's ill-advised attempt at this year's London Marathon. He signed up, he bought trainers, he hit the road. He chucked it in after 2 runs. Now, I'm not saying Dave's unfit. In fact, his stamina is pretty ample compared to his physical strength. I mean, take, for example, the time at the Reading Festival, when a gentle nudge to the ribs, administered purely to get his attention, rendered him unconscious. Now, you might find this to be bad enough. Now, we can't forget the time that Dave was holidaying in the Far East and fell victim to a vicious mugging at the hands of a pensioner in a 3-piece suit. Now, by his own admission, Dave is a lover, not a fighter, so he chose instead to kiss goodbye to his cash rather than take on the well-dressed old geezer. I suppose it's really just a case of picking your fights, and Dave's never been the best judge of this. I mean, as far as his beloved bride over there is concerned, have you ever seen a man punch you quite so far above his waist?
So, now we move on to Busy Dave. Dave is a very busy man with an extremely important job. Or so he leads us to believe. None of us are sure exactly what this job is. But if you listen to Dave for long enough, you'll be left in no doubt that this man is single-handedly keeping the economy afloat. So busy is Dave, that he even operates in his own time zone. Something that we like to call Dave time. When you hear these 2 words together, you might logically think this means, Dave is here! Yay! Let's spend time with Dave! But what it actually means is he'll turn up to an arranged meeting at least 30 minutes late with the excuse that he's having the busiest week of his life. Now, if you're fortunate enough to get the chance to engage this man in conversation today, why not chance your arm and ask, how's your week been, Dave?
This brings us to argumentative Dave. We all know this man. See, Dave loves to argue. Dave is always right.
Not always.
Dave thinks he's always right. And in an effort to provoke further debate, he's developed 2 unique scoring systems. The first he applies to things like pubs and albums and concerts. And it's a system which he gives things a rating out of 5. Not with stars, as you might expect. No. Far more egotistically, Dave awards things Daves out of 5. The second, I think this is a concept we've been introduced to, but the principle is far simpler. It's a yes or no situation. And it's used to determine whether luxury hotels and Michelin-star restaurants are brothers friendly or not. Somebody's named after his beloved. It's a very simple thing. As we've picked up, Katherine's a penchant for finer things in life. Now, if this is a reputation ever needed cementing, we've all done so in spectacular style on Monday, as the new Mr. and Mrs. Field fly home with Dave in economy and Katherine in business class. True story. Writes itself. This is probably the moment I should explain a little more about the cocktail we had earlier on. Dave was underselling exactly what it was. So Dave's been working abroad recently, and been lucky enough to be working with the head bartender, I believe his official title, for Absolute Vodka. This man that David befriended has specifically designed this cocktail for this evening, and Dave named Brothers Friendly in honour of his wife's special day. But, back to Dave. Focus on the important things now. I could talk about argumentative Dave without talking about restaurants. And Dave also has a reputation, I'm sure many of you are familiar with. Dave likes to complain, specifically in restaurants. Let me tell you a story. About a year ago, they went out for a romantic meal. Service was slow. This frustrates Dave. It's bad stuff. The steak arrives, it's overcooked. He complains, he sends it back. So far, so Dave. However, when his next steak comes back practically mooing at him, Dave is incensed. He's been drinking for a while at this point, he's not happy. He demands to see the chef. The chef comes out happily. Not to apologise, because to tell Dave, he doesn't know what he's talking about. As you can imagine, this results in a very dignified stand-up round before Dave marches out of the restaurant without paying. Music is another thing we need to talk about. Dave has a long-running disdain for DJs, one that runs so deep he's actually created music today himself, rather than trust a professional to get things wrong. Because, like food with music, Dave is always right. It's been a very common sight over the years to find Dave in the corner of the DJ booth arguing the toss about what should be played next. Chances are the DJ's first mistake, correct me if I'm wrong here Dave, his first mistake was probably not playing the Stone Roses I Am the Resurrection, followed by Guns N' Roses' Sweet Child of Mine, back to back, on repeat.
Can you guess which one's next, Dave? Any guesses? This brings us nicely on to Mischievous Dave.
Spicy Dave.
This is possibly the most well-known aspect of Mr. Bill's personality. In fact, it's so well-known, Mischievous had even reworked Peter Andre's well-loved 90s classic, Mysterious Girl, into our very own song, Mischievous Dave. And depending on how drunk we get later on, we might even feature your rendition of that. Probably quite likely. See, this all stems from Dave being famous for being a little bit of a git. I think most of his friends are taking a class today with a story to tell about how he either stitched them up, robbed them with some dignity, or in Justin's case, repeatedly bruising the most delicate parts of his anatomy. So when arguing with experts in the field, they can mostly found either trying to trip somebody over, putting an extra shot in their already potent cocktail, opening a can of beer in their face, or in Martin's case, trying to take over the music of his wedding as well. Dave might also be found trying to attempt to start a dance floor riot by swinging around, arms aloft, screaming on to any given 80s rock classic, which I'm sure we'll see here later on. Now, it's probably for the best that Katherine rarely ever sees us over, as it's most noticeable while she's out of the country. After a few pints, it's best to steer clear of young Dave. Once that cheeky grin spreads across his face, you better keep your distance, or you may be liable to some kind of physical or even psychological attack.
Two more.
Now, you wish. Now, at this point, we're aware that on reflection, we may have made Dave sound like a bit of an ass. But we mustn't forget that under every man's hardened, pretty exterior lies his soft side. Although, admittedly, in that suit, it looks like Dave's wearing a soft side on the outside today. So please allow us to finally introduce Romantic Dave. So Dave proposed to Katherine, that's something, right? You've got to be pretty romantic to do that. Wrong. 7 years. 7 years it took this useless sod of a man to stand up and do the right thing. That's not a period, that's an era. Continents have formed quicker. Perhaps you might think we're being a little unfair. Surely, just like every couple, there's those special moments, those silly in-jokes, and of course the cutesy pet names. Who could forget how in conversation Dave used to refer to Katherine as it? That said, upon acquiring Dave's answers to a questionnaire put together by Katherine's hens, we've since discovered that that affectionate moniker has made way for the far more endearing Little Pig. Much better, I'm sure you agree. And what, pray tell, did he reply to this questionnaire when asked what he felt Katherine's best feature is? Her eyes? Her beautiful mind? Her caring, considerate nature? No. Her planning ability. Take notes, gents, this is Casanova at work.
I didn't get that one.
And finally, whilst we're on the romantic theme, who can forget how only last year Dave booked a romantic holiday for two away to Thailand. For obviously himself and Chris. And to add insult to injury, this holiday not only ensured that he was away from Katherine for Christmas and New Year, but also her birthday.
That's fair.
Now, whether through, I don't know, hypnosis, blackmail, some sort of prescribed medication, Katherine has amazingly agreed to marry Dave. Thank God for him, she did. Over the years, Dave has thankfully learned to become a loving and caring partner, and Katherine has thankfully learned to tolerate a variety of different odours. Quite what she's doing with a northern bumpkin like Dave will remain one of life's many, many mysteries, and we're just glad she's willing to bear the burden. However, slightly concerning, only last night at the church rehearsal, when asked to practice the first kiss, Katherine, looking slightly disgruntled, said, "Do I have to?"
Seriously though, while it has been an absolute joy to shred Dave to pieces in front of his nearest and dearest, we five, we few, we slightly tipsy band of brothers stand here today, proud best men, who feel privileged to know him. For all his faults, of which you now know there are many, there are a few better friends to have than Dave. Continue with serious note. Dave best summed up to me. I first met him 9 years ago. We met through mutual friends. He first here. And we left alone in the pub. It was with strangers for a couple of hours. We got drunk. We talked about music. It became very apparent very quickly. He was a pretty funny, very easygoing guy that I had a lot of time for. And I know that over the years he's been very loyal, very caring friend to all of us here. So we thank you, Dave. Can we continue? So, writing this speech, the first thing we all agreed upon from the very start was how perfect Dave and Katherine are for each other. Since the event, we've all witnessed their love grow, and it's been all the more pleasing that they're both great friends to all of us. Now, I've been personally lucky enough to know Katherine for as long, if not longer than I've known Dave. I can honestly say that I class her among my closest friends. Katherine is loyal, she's hardworking, and she also looks absolutely amazing today. I'm sure you'll all agree. As always, I feel like. There can be no man feeling lucky in the day right now, although he won't need us to say. There's no man feeling lucky in the day right now, but you don't need us to say that.
So before we conclude, we'd like to thank the parents, Howard, Sue and Mike, and Peter and Jan, for all their support which is helping this day so special. We'd also like to thank the bridesmaids, Olivia, George, Nat and Nancy, who I think you'll all agree are absolutely stunning today, and not forgetting Paige, Boyce, Thomas and William as well. Thank you all for your hard work and your support to make this day so good. We'd also like to take a moment to think of all those who couldn't be here today, but I'm sure will be so proud to see their loved ones find such happiness.
Now today has been absolutely superb, and it's been a real pleasure to see all of Dave and Katherine's hard work and planning come together so well. They've done a superb job, and I'm sure you'll agree that it's been a solid 5 days out of 5. I'm very proud of strangers. I have been asked by the bride and groom to just let everyone know that those very fetching little photo frames that are behind your chairs with your names in them are for your brought for you to take home with you today. So another round of applause to them for that little group. Which brings me to our final duty, which to be honest isn't really a duty at all, it's a pleasure. Katherine and Dave, on behalf of the bridesmaids, ourselves, and everyone here today, we wish you both the very best of life as you start out as husband and wife. May this morning bring you happiness, and you life dreams and joys to come. Ladies and gentlemen, can I please ask you to stand and raise your glasses to the bride and groom, Katherine and David. Thank you.